So, you probably have insurance, right? Most of us do. But what if I told you that even with insurance, there's a huge, unseen risk hiding right inside your own home? Today, we're going to talk about a simple question that can have absolutely massive financial consequences. Can you prove you own what you think you own? Let's dive in.
Okay, let's just imagine for a second. The absolute worst happens. A fire, a tornado, whatever, and your home and everything in it is just gone. Now, could you, right now, from memory alone, make a detailed list of everything for an insurance claim? I mean, every single thing. Every book, every kitchen gadget, every piece of clothing? Yeah, it's way harder than you'd think.
And hey, if that question gave you pause, you are definitely not alone. Not by a long shot. According to the Insurance Information Institute, a staggering 53% of homeowners, that's more than half of us, don't have any kind of inventory of their belongings. That means most people are walking around totally unprepared for a disaster. And this, right here, is what we're calling the proof problem. It's actually pretty simple. When something bad happens, the burden of proof is on you. You're the one who has to document everything you lost, and if you can't, well, the financial hit can be absolutely devastating.
All right, so let's move beyond the hypothetical and get real for a minute. In this first part, we're going to explore the situations where proof is everything and really uncover the true and often hidden cost of not having that documentation ready to go.
Okay, so here's something most people just don't realize. Insurance adjusters aren't trying to give you a hard time. They have to follow really strict rules. They literally can't just take your word for it. They need hard proof, things like photos, receipts, serial numbers. Without that stuff, their hands are tied, and they have to basically guess what you lost.
And you can see it right here. It's like two totally different roads your claim can go down. On one side, with good documentation, it's a smooth, direct path to getting paid what you're owed. But on the other side, without it, it's a mess. You're looking at delays, getting paid less than you should, and just a ton of stressful arguments. And the money gap between these two paths? We're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Easily.
But wait, it actually gets a bit worse. This whole proof problem doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's often compounded by another hidden crisis that affects millions of us, the underinsurance crisis.
This is just wow. According to research from CoreLogic, an estimated 70% of homes in the US are underinsured. Just let that sink in for a second. Most people don't even have enough coverage to rebuild their house, let alone replace everything inside. And the truly awful part is, they usually only find this out when it's way, way too late.
And this whole proof thing, it isn't just about your homeowner's insurance. So let's zoom out a little bit and look at some other critical areas where this exact same problem pops up.
Now, if you're a business owner, listen up, because the stakes get even higher. Your standard business policy often has these huge gaps. It might not cover floods, or a cyber attack, or even theft by an employee. You usually need special coverage for that. And if you don't have detailed records of every single asset, every computer, all your inventory, trying to claim those specific losses becomes a nightmare, almost impossible.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about the world of collectibles, where things get really dramatic. We're talking about massive markets. The global art market was worth over $67 billion in 2022. In this world, proof isn't just important, it's the whole ballgame.
I mean, check this out. This fact from the Fine Art Expert Institute is wild. Up to half of all the art out there has a questionable or incomplete history, what they call provenance. Without that rock-solid documentation of its history, a super valuable collectible can lose almost all its value. Poof, just like that.
Okay, so I know we've painted a pretty grim picture here, and it is a serious problem. But here's the good news. We now have some really powerful digital tools to solve it. So in this section, let's look at the modern tech solution that makes protecting yourself way, way easier than it's ever been.
Think about the old way of doing this, a paper checklist, right? It gets lost when you move, it gets burned up in the very fire you need it for, or it just gets totally out of date. Now, compare that to the modern way. A secure inventory that lives in the cloud. It's safe, it's stored somewhere else, and you can pull it up on any device, anywhere, exactly when you need it the most.
And you might be thinking, this sounds like a ton of work. But getting started is surprisingly simple. You can do it with the phone you've already got in your pocket. It's basically 3 steps. 1, just take pictures of your stuff. 2, add a few key details, like maybe a receipt or a model number. And 3, save it all securely in the cloud. That's it. It's really that simple.
And get this, the tech is making it even easier for us. A lot of modern apps can now use AI to automatically figure out the brand, the model, and even the item type just from a photo. It does all the boring, tedious work for you.
How cool is that? But creating an inventory like this, it's about so much more than just insurance claims or protecting yourself financially. In this last section, we're going to see how this goes much deeper. It's really about protecting your legacy and providing some crucial clarity for your family.
Because that same proof problem comes back. And it comes back in a really painful way, with estate planning. When there's no clear documentation of what someone owned, research shows it leads to longer legal battles, higher costs, and maybe worst of all, it can cause stressful arguments between family members when they're already going through so much.
So at the end of the day, what is all this about? It's not just a list of your stuff. It's about practical protection from a huge financial loss. It's about emotional clarity for the people you love. And ultimately, it's about peace of mind, for you and for them.
So I'll just leave you with this one last question. In a way, everything you own tells a part of your life story. If something happened to you tomorrow, could you actually prove that story even existed? And maybe more importantly, would the people you love have a map to find it?